Before his big break, John Krasinski almost gave up acting. 10 years have passed since Scranton's The Office ceased production, yet interest in and discussion of the program continue unabated. The American mockumentary's 23-year run has been long enough to divide generations, yet its appeal stems in the fact that almost anybody, regardless of age, can identify with it. Steve Carell's Michael Scott, a boss at the Dunder Mifflin paper firm, kept audiences giggling for a good portion of the series with his outrageous antics, attention-seeking antics, and inappropriate behavior, which all came down to the fact that he just wanted to be loved. His staff, who were convincingly represented by a talented cast, each had their own quirks and goals, Jim Halpert being one of them. John Krasinski, a seasoned actor who has gone on to garner accolades and honors for his work as an actor and director, played the calm salesman. Although Krasinski has worked on some remarkable projects, it's difficult to deny that his performance as Jim was his best. Krasinski would have missed his big opportunity if the stars had not lined up to deliver viewers one of the best comedy shows to date with just one discussion. It's not a good thing to think about, but John Krasinski was on the verge of quitting acting before he was cast as Jim in The Office. He discussed his sliding doors moment during an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, describing how his mother was the one who actually persuaded him to wait a bit longer. She encouraged Krasinski's decision when he first informed her he wanted to pursue acting, but she urged him to reconsider if nothing happened after about 3 years. Krasinski had already decided he couldn't make it by the time that deadline arrived. He found the stress of waiting tables and doing little acting to be too much, so he called his mother to come get him up. She advised him to continue until the year's end, which was just a few months away. Krasinski received an offer for a role on The Office just 3 weeks after his mother's advice, much to the joy of every fan of the show. Krasinski was skilled enough to portray one of The Office's best-written characters and stick with the show throughout. His on-screen chemistry with Jenna Fisher, who played Pam, provided the drama with a central love story that acknowledged relationship challenges. The authenticity that comes with presenting a series as a mockumentary is a benefit. With the help of his other cast members, Krasinski was a shining example of the realism that The Office aimed to express. Together, they made every storyline, from romances to the daily grind, believable and enjoyable to watch. It's possible that Krasinski may continue to be best known for The Office, which is a distinction worth celebrating. Nevertheless, Krasinski has firmly established himself in the acting, writing, and directing fields of the movie business. Krasinski appeared in various movies and television shows in addition to The Office. He co-starred with Cameron Diaz in The Holiday, one of the best British romantic comedies, in 2006 as Ben. He had a bigger role in the 2011 romantic comedy Something Borrowed as the warm-hearted character Ethan, who was comparable to Jim Halpert. In the biographical action movie 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, where he played ex-US Navy SEAL Jack Silva, Krasinski broke out from playing the laid-back sort of character. The contrast between his dramatic performance in the film and his portrayal of Jim demonstrated Krasinski's range as an actor. With his wife, Emily Blunt, he co-starred in A Quiet Place, which he also wrote, directed, and starred in. The film has a prequel that will soon be released and a sequel that was shot prior to the writer's strikes. In A Quiet Place, sound was the trigger that humans had to avoid in order to survive, offering a novel perspective on the post-apocalyptic science fiction genre. Another quick-moving role. In Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, Krasinski portrayed the title role, for which he was nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. There have been rumors of a The Office relaunch that will happen after the WGA strike is over. Hollywood writers protested the inadequate and unfair wages they were receiving by going on strike. Although it has been said that Greg Daniels is prepared to oversee the endeavor, it hasn't been made clear which of the original performers will reprise their roles. In light of this, certain members of the cast have discussed the possibility of reviving the program. Even though Ellie Kemper wasn't initially convinced it would happen, Rainn Wilson and others like him were in favor of returning to The Office. In an interview, Krasinski stated his support for a reunion while reflecting on the significance of the show to him. It's clear from his description of his first creative family as the most important people in the most important experience in my career how much he values being a part of a prestigious program. His explanation of the notion of reunion leaves a lot to be desired. It may be argued that Krasinski is advocating for the revival of the program, but the idea could also be compared to that of Friends, The Reunion, which provided a chance for the principal performers to gather together and reflect on their time on the show. Regardless of the reunion's format, it appears Krasinski is very much on board. Fans appear to be at odds while NBCU waits for Greg Daniels to begin work on a revival of The Office. On the one hand, it's exhilarating to think about the possibility of the beloved cast of characters reuniting or perhaps the storyline continuing. Having said that, the show is